Hey everyone, YikeZ here, and in today's video we are going to be going over the best tier list for Honor of Kings. If you guys have been playing for a while, a lot of you guys, been wondering what are the best heroes for solo queue or even playing the game, and I'm going to be going over that today. And as you guys can see, I am epic 55 stars right now in the North American server. I have over 600 matches in the game, and I've been streaming all my games, so you guys already know probably that I'm a decent player. And unlike the other YouTubers, some other YouTubers that are making videos calling themselves rank 1 and giving out pretty dark tier list, I'm gonna give you guys the most accurate tier list right now for the game as the current patch. So let's begin with that. Alright, so let's begin with the farm lane. For the farm lane, we're gonna go ahead start with SSS and go D, SSS being the most broken and D being the worst characters in the game. So for the SSS, obviously we're gonna go with the latest release hero, Long. Long does a lot of damage. He has a bunch of true damage, bunch of physical damage, a lot of life steal, a mana regen, knockback. He basically has everything that you want in a marksman. And he also has an ultimate on top of that that makes him immune to any kind of damage for a little bit, and he's able to escape anything. So yeah, Long is literally like an assassin, marksman, warrior, all just like into one hero. So pretty broken stuff. You want to play Long whenever you get it. If it's not banned, you want to obviously pick it, and as long as you have a decent support that's actually just in your lane giving you a shield or anything like that, Long is going to go crazy in every single game. The second best hero SSS is going to be Arlie. Probably the most and the highest mobility ADC in the game. A lot of movement speed, the umbrellas are super annoying. She can get in, do a bunch of damage and leave. You want to pick Arlie, and she's also a direct counter to a lot of the ADCs in this list. And she's actually a direct counter to Long, so Arlie, probably one of the best heroes right now in the game. Going over to S, we're going to put Lady Sun. Lady Sun has a lot of burst, a lot of range. One of my favorite heroes actually. Probably one of the safest blind pick heroes as well. She has a bunch of mobilities, and she only suffers against certain junglers such as like Lang Ling or kind of like assassins. But yeah, overall she has a bunch of damage, and she can carry you games in solo queue for reals. And then right after that, I'm going to put Marco Polo. There we go. Marco Polo is another S tier character. Right now, he's one of the highest picked heroes in the game, in my elo at least, because Long and Arlie get like banned usually. So Marco Polo and Lady Song obviously are the next go-to, and a lot of people have been playing them in solo queue. Marco Polo really good against tanks and really good against comps that have a lot of health. He does true damage, and he's able to be annoying, poke a lot of people, then go in and do a lot of damage. And obviously if you take stun, you're gonna have that stun going in easy, doing a lot of damage. So yeah, Marco Polo for sure is S tier. Moving over to A tier, I'm gonna go ahead and put Hoi. Hoi is probably one of the A tier heroes here. He does need a little, like a lot of farm. The only thing he lacks is mobility, which makes him literally vulnerable. That's why he's in the A tier. But yeah, if you just sit back and farm and get to late game, he's probably one of the best heroes in the game. Don't get me wrong. But yeah, right now he's in the A tier in solo queue. If you do have a Dolia, you would probably put it in S. But yeah, if you do not have a Dolia and if you do not have a support with you, he's probably A tier by himself alone. Right after that, I'm gonna put Luara. Luara is probably A tier right now. She did fall off a little bit. I used to think that she's in the S tier, but she did fall off for me. She does not have too much things going on for her. You need to have flash on her. She has like no escapes. Even like the first ability that makes you like, go over the walls, she really doesn't do much. And she only scales like in pretty much like team fights if you're able to blind people and then have your enhanced like autos hit them. So yeah, Luara, pretty situational. I wouldn't say she's S tier or SSS, but definitely in solo queue she can carry in the lower elos. But again, as I mentioned earlier in the video, I am epic 55 stars, so a lot of the high elo players are here. And yeah, these games, Luara, if you pick it, you're pretty much just gonna die. The next one is going to be Concert U. Concert U is actually really strong. She's one of my favorites too. I would put her in S, depending on the matchups. But yeah, if there's a lot of assassins and a lot of physical damage, she's really good because her second skill immunes physical damage for a short amount of period. But a lot of people just tend to go like Mosey or try to counter her with like Liang or anything like magic kind of counters her. So I wouldn't really recommend her. But yeah, I'm gonna put her in A tier just because she's situational. And then Dairenji. Dairenji is pretty solid pick. He's pretty safe. He doesn't really lose lane, but he also doesn't win it. He just clears the lanes and equalize the lanes, I would say. So I'm gonna put him in A tier. He does have like a bruiser build type of hero. If you go full damage, you're gonna be useless. So the bruiser build is probably A tier, maybe S tier if like the other heroes are banned. But yeah, A tier for sure. Then going over Fang, Fang is going to be B tier. Fang is like a single target ADC. He's really good for lower elos if you want to just win your lane, get the towers really fast, end the games. But like around diamond and above, you're not gonna be able to use Fang in any games. He's just useless. The only thing I can like, if the enemy has like Langling, you could pick him because his passive is going to reveal Prince Langling. So yeah. And then Garo. Garo again is another good hero. I could put her in A, maybe B. But yeah, if there's a lot of shields in the game, obviously Garo is going to do a bunch of damage. She does have a lot of range. So situational, I would say she's A tier. But overall, she's a B tier for solo queue. You do need a lot of help. She has barely any mobility, and she's not going to get to that late game by herself. The next one is going to be Luban. Same thing as Garo. He has no mobility. He has a lot of damage, a lot of burst, a lot of poke, a lot of annoyance. But again, no mobility. You rely on a support. Not a good hero for solo queue. And if you do have a support, I would say he's A. So yeah, nothing special. And then right after that is going to be Show You. Show You is pretty good. If you can land your snipe, again, this is a skilled hero. If you can aim your skill shots and land your snipe shots with him, he's going to do a lot of damage. And he's going to be super annoying. Again, he doesn't have enough DPS late game. He will do a lot of burst, but he's not going to have like the fast autos to burst down enemies. So yeah, if you go against a tanky team or if people are just jumping on you, you pretty much have nothing. He does have a dash with his ultimate, but yeah, other than that, I don't think he's good right now. He might get buff in the next patch, which will bring him to like 8 or S tier, but right now he's going to sit at B. And then right here, we're going to have Erin for C. Erin did get a buff, actually. She can build AD and AP still, but I don't think she's good right now in the meta. Like, compared to the other ADCs, she's not that good. If she's like into melee, like if there's a bunch of melee heroes, like close distance fighters on the enemy team, you could pick Erin. Her ultimate will kill them and do a lot of damage, but other than that, I don't think she's good. And then Hongzong, or Huangzong, he's like, I don't know. He's like 50-50. I would say I would put him in B or A tier, depending who he's against. Like, I've seen him do pretty good against Long. He can just ult Long and, survive him. So yeah, I would put him in B tier. Depends on the player. He's another scaling hero that will need teammates to like sit in front of him. You do go into the turret mode and gain like a lot of defense and stuff like that. But I think he's A or B. We're just gonna put him in B though. I don't think he's on par with the other people on the list. So yeah, we're just gonna put him in B. And then LSEO, probably the worst ADC in the game. D tier. I saw him like another YouTuber's like the guy claimed he was rank 1, but yeah, LSEO is D tier. He's not good at all. Probably the worst hero in the game. He lacks damage. Really lacks damage. He's going to need probably a little bit more damage, more scaling. He does do damage late game, but again, in solo queue, you're not gonna get to late game. He struggles against assassins a lot, like Musashi, Langling, like any assassin, Nakoruru, anyone just literally destroys this guy. So yeah, we're gonna put him down here. All right. Okay, so the next list of heroes is going to be support. Support is going to be one of those, those roles that kind of varies on players, but this is going to be a generic list. And right here, we're gonna go start it off right with Daikao. Daikao for SSS, she has insane pressure, she has insane poke, and she's able to get you guys back to the base faster with her second skill. And with her fourth skill, she's going to be able to ult you guys all back into a team fight. So yeah, Daikao, a lot of mobility, is going to boost teammates, like closest teammates, movement speed, teleportation. Just a cringe hero. Super broken. If you have teammates with brains that know how to use your teleport, she's probably one of the best heroes. And again, SSS for the epic rank. So if you guys are lower and people do not know how to use your teleport, this hero is not going to be SSS. Not going to feel like it. The second one is going to be Dolia, super broken. She's going to be able to reset ultimates. She's actually team reliant, obviously. You need a lot of people to surround you, and so you can heal them and also give them ultimates. The ultimate reset on Dolia is what makes her broken. Like, let's say you have a lane or like a Lubu, she's going to be able to permanently like reset their ultimate and do crazy stuff with them. So yeah, Dolia super annoying. A lot of poke as well. She's just annoying with the stun and healing. So yeah, Dolia. The S1 is going to be Zhongfei for me. Right now, his shield is super broken. He has a big amount of shield. He has a lot of pressure. He's able to protect the ADCs like Hoi and Zhongfei is probably one of my favorite combos as well. So yeah, Zhongfei, super broken. The next one is going to be Sunbin for me. She's really good. A lot of movement speed, a lot of poke. Her first skill does an insane amount of poke for a support that doesn't even build mage. So I think Sunbin is really OP. The silence on the ultimate. So yeah, I think Sunbin is good into higher elos. On lower elos, I would stay, using Dolia probably and Zhangfei. But yeah, Sunbin pretty good when you get actual teammates. And then Yaria, obviously, really reliant on ADC or jungle. If you have a good jungler or ADC, you can use Yaria if you're duo with them. And she's going to be able to protect them, do a lot of damage, like the stuns and the shielding. So Yaria, super good pick here. And Mink, same thing as Yaria, you're going to need a carry. So if you're duo with an ADC or with a jungler, I would recommend you guys play Yaria or Mink for them, and you're going to have a lot of easier time. Mosey, probably S tier or A tier. I would put him just in S tier for now because he has a lot of CC. He can poke people pretty hard too from the distance. So Mosey would be there. YikeZGG, he's really 5v5 base. I don't think he's that good right now. There's better options. He does have the stealth, the movement speed, the revealing of the enemies, but again, he's probably not the best right now in solo queue. Right after that, we're gonna go and take Cayenne. Cayenne is okay. She does stabilize lanes. She's able to provide healing, but she could be useless if there is like, useless if there is anti-heal. So I wouldn't really recommend her in the higher elos. In lower elos, probably people are not gonna build anti-heal, so you can do that. Same thing with Yuhan. If people build anti-heal, she's pretty useless, but she does have a lot of range and CC and pretty annoying early game. So yeah, again, anti-heal counters these heroes, so kind of useless. Right after that is going to be Dawn. Dawn support. Not too good. He does better in Clash and Jungle, so we're just gonna leave him in B and explain that later. Lian Po, again, he's decent. He's not the best. You could put him in A if you're really good with Lian Po, but I think B is okay here. We're not gonna go into details. And then Dong Huang, same thing here. Uh, she's good. She could put him in A if he's like, again, she's like a pressure character, locks down people, and it's like a point and click. So if you're like a really bad support or you're getting into support, you could use Dong Huang. You're going to be able to lock down people, going to be able to heal, help your teammate, invade if you want to be annoying. But I don't think she is that broken to, put her in S tier, maybe A tier. We'll just put her in A tier for now. But yeah, the next one is going to be Liang for us. I think Liang is in B tier. Liang actually does have the same thing. He's pretty much the mobile Dong Huang. He does have a lot of CC. But if you're able to build him right and actually lock down, like against the Arlie, this hero is super broken. And also Dong Huang is super broken against like an Arlie or someone with a lot of mobility. So again, these are situational characters that are going into B tier. But again, they could be higher in the perfect match. The next one is going to be Liu Shan. Liu Shan could be A or B, depending on how good you are. He does have a lot of CC, probably the highest CC character or support in the game after like Mosey. All his skills are CC, and he actually does do really good in dives. He's able to disable towers. So I think he could be really good if you're good with him and you're in like a 5v5 environment. But for solo queue, we're going to leave him at B. And then the next one is going to be Koi. Koi is going to be C tier. Again, this is really hero like it's like player reliance, I would say. You need to land your hooks and also be like putting a lot of pressure down on people. You cannot just walk around and use your skills like a Dolia would do or like a Sunbin. You have to actually land your hooks or you're useless. So yeah, Koi is pretty good. And the next one is going to be Jiang Yu. He was a support hero before, but he was changed. So now he's more like a top laner. We're going to get into that later. But right now, I think he's like maybe B or C tier. He can't really do much as a support. And then for the last but not least, D tier, I forgot her name. Zhongzi, right? Zhuangzi. She is pretty much an anti-CC hero. She was a Chognar in AOV. So pretty much you want to pick this hero whenever there's a lot of CC. If there's a lot of stuns, you want to pick her. But other than that, she's useless. She could be like C tier, but yeah, D for now. She can't really do much in the games. I've never seen her go crazy, even though she's super tanky. But yeah, that's pretty much it for support. All right, so now we're gonna go over the mid lane. This is going to be for mages. So for SSS, again, my Shiranui is probably the best hero right now in the game. Super hard hero. If you guys do not know how to combo with her, if you do not know how to play her, please don't pick her. You're gonna troll your teammates. But yeah, if you do know how to play her, if you've practiced, she's Ras from AOV. If you're a Ras player, super broken in the game right now. Second one is going to be Shangguan, probably one of the best solo queue heroes. You could put her in S tier if there's a lot of CC, but I'm gonna put her as SSS for now. I've seen a lot of Shangguan's carry in the peak tournament mode, in the solo queue mode. So yeah, Shangguan pretty good. The next one is going to be Ganon Mo. Ganon Mo, again, another hard hero. You could put him in SSS, but right now we're gonna put him in S because you need to be really good at the hero, and also I haven't seen too many good players, but when there is a like a Ganon moment, they do go crazy. So I think he's one of the best. The next one is going to be Heino. Heino, a lot of damage, a lot of pressure. I know a lot of you guys hate him. Every time I'm streaming, everyone is like, "Oh my god, I am waiting for a Heino nerf." Yeah, he's OP. He does a lot of damage, especially in team fights. If there's a lot of people around, he's going to do a bunch of magic damage. And also, he can revive towers. So super annoying, super good hero. The next one is going to be Angela for S tier. You could put her in A, but for now, we're gonna put her in S tier for solo queue. Super good, clears wave, super safe hero, I would say. You can clear waves from distance. You can check bushes with your damage. Nobody can like really face check you because your ultimate gives you the CC immunity shield. But yeah, the next one is going to be Princess Frost. Princess Frost has a lot of slow, a lot of pressure. She has her second skill where she can freeze people, and her ultimate pretty much counters all the ADCs in the game. It's a pretty big circular ultimate that you can drop on them and they can really move. The next one after that is going to be Dio-chan. Dio-chan, super hard and skilled hero. You could put her in SSS if you're super good with her. If you can dodge all the skills, if you can reset your cooldowns in time, dodge all this, everything, you can put her in SSS. But yeah, for now, we're going to put it in S. The next one is going to be Lady Zen. Lady Zen was actually nerfed a little bit. She would be in SSS if she was a nerf, but her damage was nerfed. So early game, she kind of struggles. By late game, she could be SSS. We're going to just leave it here for now. She has a lot of like outplay, you know, abilities as well. So yeah, Lady Zen would be S or SSS. So again, these are probably the best heroes you want to pick in solo queue and carry if you want to carry. The next one is going to be Yuhan for A tier. She does have a lot of healing, a lot of damage, a lot of movement speed, but she's going to struggle. So we're going to put her in A. The next one is going to be Xiao Kao. She was Crixie from AOV as well. A lot of poke, a lot of range, a lot of mobility, but she struggles against assassins. She's like paper. One hit, two hits, she's done. So I don't really recommend her. There's better heroes again, as you guys can see up there. So yeah. The next one, Mosey. Mosey in A tier, again, he has a lot of CC, but he doesn't really end games. And late game, I feel like everyone just skips his stuns. Unless you're like a really good Mosey player that can land all your stuns, be annoying, sure. But yeah, if you do not have like an invade team or, like a team that can actually help you, get to that late game, Mosey is not that good. Zoyu, right? Is that his name? Give me 1 second. So yeah, Zoyu is another one. So this guy is we call him the fire guy or the flame guy. Again, he's really good if you're good. You could put him in S tier if you're good with him, but I don't think like A tier is bad for him. He's really annoying, but he cannot carry games, so definitely he's not gonna get S. So yeah, A tier for Zoyu. He has a lot of healing, a lot of pressure, a lot of annoyance, but I don't see him like winning games for you. The next one is going to be Milady. I know a lot of you guys probably gonna hate me for this, but Milady is a B tier hero. She doesn't really do good against like other mid laners. She does have a lot of damage, a lot of potential to take turrets and split push, but she's also very vulnerable. You can really catch her out, like low mobility hero. But yeah, after that is going to be Daikao. Daikao is going to be in B tier. Even though she's a support, you could go full damage and play her in the mid lane. She does have like 4 skills, so 2 of her skills do damage to waves. So you can just roam around and help your team. And she's also pretty safe. You can like face check bushes with your teleport and teleport back. But yeah, the next one is going to be Liang here for us. So Liang is also in the B tier. Again, he could get caught out. He does have a lot of CC. So he's good against like melee heroes. he will carry you the team fights and everything, but in the mid lane himself, he's pretty bad. And then going over the other one is going to be Nuwa. Nuwa is going to be pretty decent too. If you're a good player, you could put her in an A tier, but I haven't seen too many good Nuwa players, and she's again low mobility, has a lot of CC, so again comp dependent. The next tier list is going to be C. Actually, let's do Dr. Bian. Dr. Bian could be B because he did get a buff. He does have a lot of damage now, a lot of poison damage, and he also has a lot of healing. So we're gonna put him in B for now. The next one for C is going to be Gao. Gao, he's okay. He doesn't really do that good. He's literally like he's really alt reliant. Other than that, he doesn't do much, and he can get poked out and killed. So yeah, he could be C. If you're really good and you have like a Dolia with you and she can reset your ultimates, you could be B, but we're gonna leave him at C tier. And the next one is going to be Kong Ming. So Kong Ming is going to be C tier. He's really good in jungle, I would say. In mid lane, he struggles. He doesn't have the range to walk up and clear the minions, even though he could one-shot them if he does. But against the other mid laners like Angela or like Princess Frost or anything with range, he cannot really walk up. So Kong Ming is C or B tier for sure. I'm going to put him in C for now. And he's a hard hero, by the way. You need to reset your ultimates. You need to know how to get your passives. So we're going to put him down here for now. But if you're really good, it could be A tier or S tier. But yeah, again, C tier for now. And then Dodgy, this is definitely going in D tier. She's really good in low elo, but higher elos is like a point and click hero. So this is a really good starter for mid laners, but D tier for sure. And then again, what was her name? Keep forgetting it. Zhongzi. Zhongzi, I would say she's C or D tier. Again, if they have a lot of CC, a lot of crowd control, you can take her to the mid lane and try to help your team. But yeah, she's gonna struggle clearing the waves. She has basically like no range, and she could clear it fast probably with her second skill. But yeah, she's really like comp reliant, and just like I've never seen it played, but you could put it C or D tier. So there we go. All right, so for Clash Lane, we're going to have Jiangyu and Alain. Jiangyu got a buff. He's probably the most broken actually top laner right now. And Alain is the other most broken one. They're just super broken. A lot of true damage, a lot of mobility. Alain goes immune with his ultimate. He's able to come down with a big shield, execute people. Super broken. So we're gonna leave those two. For Alain, you have to be good. I think he's a decently like intermediate hero, I would say, not really hard. But Jiang Yu, super easy, does a lot of stuff. So yeah, you can pick him. And also in the Chinese version, he's super buffed. He's like better than what we have. And if we do get that patch, he's going to be super broken. The next one is going to be Heino. Yeah, this might be a surprise, but Heino has two modes. If you guys didn't know, he can turn into a melee mode because become super tanky, and also you could build him tank. You don't have to go full AP. So Heino, if you play him like semi tank, like hybrid build, or just go melee mode, he's super broken and he can counter a lot of top laners. In the S is going to be Main, another hero that's super hard. If you're bad with Main, I would say she's B or A tier. But if you're like a pro player Main, you know how her skills work, what the timings are, she could assassinate people really easily and do a lot of damage. So Main is another top pick right there. Then is going to be Byron. Byron is another good pick. He has a lot of shield, a lot of damage, a lot of healing, a lot of movement, and he's able to gank around the map. So he's another top pick for me. He could be A if you're bad at him, but S tier for sure. The next S tier is going to be Charlotte. Again, another healing, a lot of sustain, a lot of dashing. So Charlotte, pretty good if you're good with her. Another hard hero, could be SSS if you're really good. And then after that, we're gonna go ahead and put Dawn. Dawn is going to be A tier. He's really good to equalize the lane. He doesn't really win it. You could win if the enemy solo laner is like pretty garbage, but yeah, overall he's an A tier. The next one is gonna be Cao Cao. He could be S tier or A tier. We don't have him in the game, but like from what I played in the Brazil server, he's actually decent hero. He's going to be really good in top lane with the flash, but other than that, yeah, A tier. For Fuzi is going to be another A tier hero. He's situational. He could beat a lot of the solo laners. Obviously, he's like probably the best split pusher in the game. right with Lixin. But yeah, Fuzi, pretty good, pretty decent. He has a lot of like damage immunity with his second skill. But yeah, super good hero. The next one is going to be Sansei. Sansei is pretty good again. You have the boat, you have the mobility to go across the map. He does have a lot of defense as well with his abilities. So I think he's one of the top heroes if you do know how to play him. And if you're really good with him, it could be a S tier. But for now, it's A tier. Leon Poe, again, another equalizer. He's like really like Dawn. But yeah, another equalizer hero. You just stay alive, super tanky. You don't really do much. Another one is Mulan. Mulan is A tier for sure. She did get a lot of nerfs, but if you're like really good, like if you're a super fast hand player, you know the combos, you can be S tier. But for now, we're gonna put her in A. The next one is going to be Ata. Ata is going to be another A hero. Again, he's an equalizer. You don't really fight in lane. So yeah, he's kind of like a Leon Power Dawn. You have a lot of CC, a lot of healing, all that stuff. And the other one is going to be my boy Dharma. Dharma is A also. If you're really good with him and you can set up crowd control fights, you can put him in S tier as well. But A tier is probably the best, you can give him right now in solo queue. The next one for B tier is going to be Lixin or Lixin. Lixin is it's okay. He's kind of like a Fuzi wannabe. If you're really good with him, he could be honestly S tier. I've seen really annoying and super broken Lixins that get fed. But if you do know how to counter him and if you know how to play against him, he's kind of useless. The next one is going to be Yao. I didn't even put this guy in my jungle tier list, did I? Yeah, I didn't even put him in my jungle tier list actually. Oh, we haven't gone over that. But yeah, right here, Yao is going to be, our B tier for solo lane. He's actually played in solo lane. He does have a lot of mobility. He's able to clear the lanes and just ult back. But yeah, I don't think he's that good, and he's a B tier. Lubu is going to be another B tier. He just does Lubu things. You don't really want to try to win lane with this guy. You just want to wait for team fights, obviously. Neja is also another one that, again, you just clear waves and try to go to team fights with your ultimate. So can't really do much. Another one is Arthur. Pretty okay hero. He wins like most lanes, I believe. He does have a lot of pressure with his second skill and first skill combo. So you just first skill, second skill, and ultimate, try to execute someone. Other than that, he's like a pretty one-sided hero. Guan Yu, he's a B hero. If you're really good with him, it could be A, but right now, there's a lot of CC crowd control in the game, and you could just get locked down. You can't really do much with him. Another one is going to be YikeZ. YikeZ is B tier, I would say, or A tier if you're really good with him and know what you're doing. But yeah, YikeZ doesn't really clear the waves fast, and you have to walk up to minions, so YikeZ would be B tier. And then going over to C tier, Prince Langling. I've seen a couple of people play it, even though he's a jungler. Prince Langling is C or B tier. If you're in the higher elos, obviously it's going to be like C tier, but in lower elos, it could be B or A, depending on how good you are. But yeah, you get counter in the higher elos. And I forgot this guy's name. Was it Jing something? Yeah, Yang Jian. Yang Jian is the C tier hero. I don't think he's that good. He does have a lot of life steal, and he has like some kind of mobility, like dash abilities. If you land it on someone, I think he could be B if you're good. If not, C tier. And then Dong Huang, another annoying hero, really comp dependent. You have to, you know, be against heroes that you need to lock down. Like she does really good against Fuzi, but other than that, she does nothing unless you have teammates. And then Wuyan is a D tier, I think, C tier maybe. She does have a lot of damage, but it's really hard for her to catch up onto people. If she has flash, maybe she can go on a backline one shot someone, but other than that, she's pretty useless. So we're gonna leave her at D tier. But yeah, this is the Clash Lane tier list for me. Now let's go to jungle. All right, jungle tier lists and the final role. So yeah, for jungle, Luna and Jing gonna go in SSS. These are really hard skilled heroes. You need to be really good at the game. You need to have the best mechanics. And once you master these heroes, you need like 1,000 games on them. Like if you have less than, I would say 600, 500 games, you're not good with these heroes and you're not a true Jing or Luna player. But once you master these heroes, you're able to reset your dashes, your cooldowns, and you're able to do like the crazy Mimic one-shot combos with Jing. I would say you're set to go. You can literally 1v9 and get to highest rank in the game. But yeah, these two heroes, super broken, probably the best junglers in the game. And for S tier, we have Pei. Pei is a S tier hero. Again, he's really good. He has a lot of clear, he has a lot of damage, he has a lot of mobility. I really like him as well. I'm gonna try to play him more. But yeah, Pei is definitely S tier. He could be A or B tier if you're really garbage at him, but S tier if you're like a decent Pei, I would say. And then Prince Langling for solo queue, he's S tier. For higher elos, he's probably A or B tier because we counter him up here. There's a support item called Radiance, I believe. And like we also pick like Fang or like Guzi or like Yaria into him to counter him. But yeah, if you're a solo queue player and if you want to like be annoying, get to like master, you probably can play Prince Langling and win all your games. But yeah, I'm gonna leave him in A tier. Musashi would be S tier. He has anti-heal, he has a lot of CC, and he can go both attack and defense build. So yeah, he's super annoying, a lot of lockdown, and I think he's a S tier. The next one, I would say Lamb. Lamb is another good hero. He's like a hit or miss for me, but I've seen like good Lamb players go crazy with him and be able to carry. So I'm gonna put him in S tier. I think he's still good in higher elos as well. But yeah, pretty good hero. The next one is going to be Nakoruru. Nakoruru is going to be again in the S tier as well. She has a lot of mobility, a lot of damage. She's like pretty much just the best solo queue, one of the best solo queue junglers in the game. So yeah, Nakoruru, a lot of burst, a lot of damage. She was quick neck from AoV. Dawn here, Dawn is like S or A depending on your team, but Dawn has a lot of self-sufficiency. He's able to clear the jungle, a lot of CC, go around the map, walk around for free because he's super tanky. But yeah, Dawn is not a good pick here. Then right after that, we're gonna go with Kong Ming. I think Kong Ming jungle is A tier. If you're good with him, it could be S tier. But yeah, Kong Ming alone himself, he's actually A tier. DN Wei, I think he's A tier as well. He does have a lot of true damage, a lot of anti CC, a lot of mobility. So yeah, if you're good, like if you're against a good DN Wei, it might be just GG, just because how like self-sufficient this hero is. Hang Seen, another hero that it could be S if you're good. If not, he's A. I think the AoV counterpart was a lot better, Nakroth. Here he's like a lot weaker. Like he feels clunkier, I would say. But yeah, Hang Seen, pretty good hero overall, but yeah, could be better. The next one is going to be Li Bai. Li Bai is also an A tier hero. If you're really good with him, again, like most of the jungle heroes, they're really hard to play. So if you can master them, like Hang Seen and Li Bai, like for example, if you're really good with them, they could be SSS considered really, really like hard characters to master and all that stuff. But yeah, same thing with Li Bai. It could be S or SSS depending if you're good at him. And then the next one is going to be Wukong for me. Wukong did get a buff. I think he's not, that crazy still. He could go to S because of the buff, but I think we're gonna keep him at A for now. And then Cao, we don't have him in the game, but once he comes out, he's A tier in the jungle. Yuhan, I think, is another good jungler. You can build her AP, so magic damage, or you can build him defense. So you can build like tank items on her, or hybrid, basically mix up both, and she will do a lot of poking, a lot of damage, and she has that immunity ultimate, which is super annoying. So A tier is super nice for her here. And then Heino can also jungle. If you guys didn't know, Heino can jungle. He's played a lot in China. I've seen a couple of Chinese players in NA playing Heino jungle, invading. So pretty much what you do is you leave your mark in your own jungle, and then you invade the enemy's jungle and just take all their farm and be annoying. And the moment you get caught, you just ult back. So yeah, Heino, super annoying and could be probably one of the best. The next one is going to be Kaiser. Kaiser is another A hero. He doesn't have too much clear in the jungle, but once he has all these items, he could be a S tier hero. But I'm going to leave him in A because he does rely on team to follow up. He doesn't really carry anything. And then the next one is going to be Zilong. Zilong is going to be another A tier hero. He did get a little buff, but he's not S tier still. I think he needs like probably a bigger buff to him to be S tier. But yeah, overall, this is it. And then Yukio is going to be B tier. Again, I don't think he's at the best spot right now. He does have a lot of stuns, a lot of healing, a lot of movement, but he's not the best right now in the jungle. He's probably better in the top lane. Yao again, B tier hero. If you're good with him, it could be A, it could be S. Really hard hero. I don't really recommend it. The reward to play that hero is not that good right now. He needs like better damage. Ying again going to be B tier. I've seen so many good Ying players, but they really don't end up winning games. You could carry hard with Ying, obviously, and be like A tier, but I think overall she's the B tier hero. Menki, another hero, super tanky. You can build this hero like AP, AD, and tank. Doesn't really matter. He has a lot of shield, he has a lot of damage. So yeah, another B tier hero, if you're really good, could be A tier, but we're gonna leave it for B for now. The next one, Liu Bei. Liu Bei is super nerfed in this game. I don't think he's good. He's good into teams that have like a lot of crowd control because his ultimate gives him that like little immunity. But yeah, he can one-shot squishy targets or against crowd control. He's really good. But again, you can pick Liang or Dong Hong and just counter him. So I don't think he's good. B tier is going to be Sima Yi. Sima Yi, another hero that it could be S tier if you're really good. But I'm gonna put him B tier because late game he falls off. He's pretty much useless late game. But yeah, if you do snowball and get a good early game, it could be A or S tier. But for now, B. Butterfly, another hero that I'm gonna put in B. I don't think that she's that good. If you're good with her, it could be A tier, but overall in the higher ranks, Butterfly is not good. So I don't recommend practicing her. The C tier is going to be Cirrus, and it's going to be Fang. Again, Fang is okay. He's a single target hero that could do good with like a Ming support. But overall, jungle, not good. I've seen a couple of Fang players in the jungle. Cirrus, again, Cirrus is okay. Haven't seen too many like crazy Cirrus players in the higher elos. I think he might need a little bit more damage on his second skill, or maybe have him reworked. But yeah, people can escape his ultimate super easy as well. So yeah, he might need a little rework, but right now he's C. For D, I'm gonna put Athena, Aguro, and Alta. And yeah, Athena is pretty much like a ward. So basically, what people do is play Suicide Athena. You pretty much invade and try to, kill people and then turn into your passive, which is uh, like a ward. You become like a walking ghost. So yeah, Athena not really that good. She could be C or like yeah C tier if you're decent. But yeah, Aguro is a support jungler. Again, not really good for solo queue. You cannot solo carry. You need teammates. And Alta is the same thing. You just bounce around the map, do a lot of CC, a lot of healing, but your team, if it's not there, they can't do much. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much the tier list for Honor of Kings. And yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions. Let's just go over everything real quick again, see if you didn't miss anything. So ADC, again, this is the ADC tier list for you guys. This should be pretty solid. Everything should be pretty accurate right now for the current patch. And then support tier list, this is what it is. Pretty accurate for everyone if you guys want to take a screenshot. And then we have the mid lane tier list here. Again, Kong Ming is C tier because he doesn't have range, but you can move it up if you're good with him, obviously. And then we got the Clash lane. We got Ata, Jiang Yu on the top. But yeah, pretty good stuff. I think this tier list is super accurate. There we go. Jungle, again, solo queue tier list. But yeah, I think these are probably the best picks, probably the best heroes in the game right now. And hope you guys enjoy. And yeah, I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out, everyone.